Namaskar, I am Dr. Sweta Adatia, neurologist and the brain coach. At the Limitless Brain Lab, we bring in modern neuroscience and ancient wisdom. We try to bridge the science and spirituality and bring in facts which will allow us to understand the wiring capacities and potentials of the brain. Today, we are going to uncover the next mantra in the lab which we studied. It's been a long time that I came with the mantras for you, but if you have been chanting this mantra and thinking that this mantra is only to overcome the fear of, I'm sure you would have guessed it by now which mantra I'm talking about, then this is a myth. Maha Mrityunjaya Japa or Mrityunjaya Japa, having 33 syllables and perfectly woven Sanskrit mantra, is not just for overcoming the fear of the death, but it is a mantra, a syllable, 33 syllables with powerful effect called the Sanskrit Effect, which was shown by Professor Herzl in the Pandits who were chanting various Yajurvedas and how it is influencing the states of the brain. What Dr. Herzl had shown was that chanting of the Sanskrit in a particular intonation and modulation has an impact on brain volume, particularly of the hippocampus, which is for the memory. It also has an influence on the cortex in general. It allows for new brain formation, it allows for rewiring, it allows for emotional regulation, emotional stability, and firing down of the limbic system, also called as the fight, flight, fear, and threat mechanism of the brain. So Mahamrityunjaya Jap is one of my favorite japas for two reasons. One is, if you close your eyes and chant a few times of Mahamrityunjaya Japa, which is Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiya Mamritat. When you chant it, and I'm not a chanting expert, so please don't quote me on that, but when you chant it to the best possible effort, then what happens is you have some breathing changes which happens. For example, I want you to tell when you chant a proper Mahamrityunjaya Japa, you will have some Kumbhak, which means there will be some retention of the breath. The moment you retain the breath, there is vasodilation, which means the brain's arteries now open up. There is nitric oxide in the brain. So many wiring changes happens in the brain. If we go step by step, what is it doing? It is taking away the fear of attachment. It is taking away the fear of loss. It is taking away the fear of problems. It is taking away the fear of the worries of some unresolved issues in your life. It is burning and taking away that limbic overfiring. It is one of the mantras which is making your alarm system calm down. Your alarm system, your amygdala, your limbic system is always scanning for threat. It is always hyper vigilant. It's always active. It is one mantra which is now pacifying it. So let us see syllable by syllable how the Maha Mrityunjaya Japa is wiring the brain. Trayambakam Yajamahe, we worship the three-eyed one. The three eyes are not literal. It is indeed the third eye which is representing of that awareness. Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, which brings that nourishes and brings that fragrance to life. The mantra is asking for vitality, for the kind of strength that I will not break even in difficulties. And Urvarukameva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiya Mamritat. Just as a ripe cucumber just falls over from that vine and the branch, the same way let my body fall when I am in the, I don't just from this physical body, but I of that that fear vanishes, the of that attachment, the of that suffering vanishes. This is not only the mantra to escape that mortality, which is what most people think, but in the brain, because the limbic system gets wired, frontal cortex gets developed, vagus, your longest nerve in the system, gets developed, the Sanskrit effect happens, all your wiring mechanism in the brain changes. Now you evolve into the reality where you understand what really is death, what really is fear, and how you can have that abhayatvam or fearlessness. So it is a mantra which was a very sacred mantra, a very important mantra, because when you want your limbic system to calming down automatically, you start to become fearless, you start to embrace situations, you start to create that new reality which was always getting you stopped. You were always stopping yourself from that big breakthrough, and Mahamrityunjaya Japa is an excellent way to do that. Greetings, all of you, and I'm super excited to welcome you for one of a kind of a retreat which is going to happen in India. There was a lot of requests for a lot of people from a lot of people across saying that we want the Limitless Brain Retreat to be in India. We listened to that, and thanks to the Limitless Brain Lab, we are going to have it in Lonavala. It is going to happen, mark your calendars, 27, 28 and 29th of November 2026. What will you get? You will get amazing insights about manifestation, meditation, longevity hacks, how to get your brain into the peak performance. What are those secrets? How can you do that? What will you do to make it happen in your life? So many things which will be discussed. It is going to be a 3 days and a 2 nights retreat. We will all be together. Lots and lots of fun, lots of group exercises, group activities, live brain modulation, live experiments, and we will be a part of the family together. Limitless Brain 1 was amazing, 2 was amazing, and I hope to see some of the participants again. So do not delay, because we have some special early bird discount which is until 30th of April 2026. Go ahead and block your seats today. I'm going to see you at the retreat. Link in the bio and link in the description, or just say retreat and we will share you all the details. See you soon, all of you. Now, for people suffering from anxiety, from panic attacks, from the phobias, particularly of late, I saw a few patients, phobias of various things, phobias of heights, phobias of flying, phobias of butterflies, phobias with lizards. So many such phobias can be overcome if you sit, chant with a mantra therapist properly, with the right intonations, with the right breathing techniques of the entire mantra for at least 11 to 15 times. Now, why do you have to repeat it? Because the more times that you repeat it with a ritual, with full consciousness, with full focus and effort, now you create those chemicals. Automatically, your cortisol also comes down, your acetylcholine, which helps in memory, comes back, your dopamine, your reward mechanism comes in. You start to have a chemistry of all the right chemicals serving you. So do not take Mahamrityunjaya Jap lightly. For those of you who have been practicing the Mahamrityunjaya Jap as a part of your daily ritual, please write in the comment section what other benefits have you seen. If you tell me that by chanting of the Mahamrityunjaya Jap you have reversed a disease, wonderful. If you tell me that you have alleviated the fear of dying, wonderful. If you tell me that you have unlocked the block of the wealth which was stuck for a long time, welcome. All this will happen not because you are just merely understanding and just chanting the mantra. That frequency, the acoustics, the vibration, the breathing is all influencing your autonomic nervous system. And when you chant in coherence, when multiple people, when we tested, were chanting the Mahamrityunjaya Jap with the same laya, with the same tala, with the same this, there was some interesting findings which we observed in the electroencephalogram. Watch this video until the end if you know to how coherence or multiple people chanting is influencing various brains of various ages. When multiple people were hooked up onto the EEG, electroencephalograph, and quantified electroencephalogram, which means QEG, the special softwares were studied, what was found that it causes an increase, a massive jump of alpha peak. Alpha peak allows for focus, for attention, for absolutely getting your cognitive ability sharpened when multiple people are chanting together. with that coherence, then you do make a change in the alpha peak. Having a robust alpha peak more than 10 is amazing for having a peak brain, having a best brain, having all the capabilities of the brain uncovered. So if you have not been chanting, it is the time to chant, particularly for people with anxiety, people with phobias, people with fear of death, people who want to reverse any of the problems that is there in life, particularly if it is pertaining to any kind of fear. So go ahead and do that. And we at Limitless Brain Lab would like to thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to this channel and spreading it across to the world, because every single video share, every single thing that we are able to bring to you is because of every single one of you. Your contribution by watching this video, your contribution to the premium membership, your contribution to this science and the spirituality, freedom, and vision is allowing us to reignite the potentials of the mantras, the chants with 5,000 years of our heritage. Sanskrit is the only language which creates a form. When you have Sanskrit pass through a tonoscope, you do see the form. If you pass in an English language, you will not see the form. Sanskrit is a very powerful way of creating change in any structure, which means now Sanskrit is working on your brain, deeper parts of your brain, to create that change. Countries like Finland, some areas in Germany, some of the other countries, Nordic countries, are actually embracing Sanskrit from the very early age, because Sanskrit is not just called the mother of all languages. It is called the mother of all languages because it allows for these formations on Sanskrit, and particularly the syllables and frequencies with which these mantras were built is a deepest of the science, which is actually science beyond science. And we are very fortunate to be studying this and allowing the benefits to be percolated to society. So thank you so much for contributing to this cause, to this vision. I am a neurologist and I love talking about the bridging science and spirituality, because fundamentally I feel we don't have to have more broken brains. We just have to have the awareness and understanding of protecting, preserving, building, and elevating every single brain on this planet Earth. Thank you so much for being with us.